Right, welcome to this video. This is the second half of reviewing my favourite 12 images from 2021. And we'll go straight in there, starting with July. Alright, what happened in July was unfortunately an uncle of mine unfortunately passed away, and decided to go to the funeral. It was up in Peterhead in the quite north of Scotland, north of Aberdeen. So I decided to make a trip of it. So I spent 3 days, a long day going up, and then a day and a half coming back after the funeral, finding various sites in the area to try and get some nice shots. So this is Ness Lighthouse, which is just south of, that's Peterhead, that you can see in the background there. So it's just south of Peterhead, a traditional red and white lighthouse, and I just never been before, but took the pictures. But I do really like this one. I've got the lighthouse there and the rocks in the foreground, which are nice colours with the lichen and etc. Obviously the tide is slightly out here. 100 ISO f11 and a 60th of a second at 24mm. So that's one of my favourites from that trip. It was a good trip. Got many pictures. Some of them places I'd like to go back to. Maybe plan a bit more to go to get the tide a bit better or the light a bit better. But it was certainly a good recce trip, and I really like this picture from July. And then from July we move into August. And this was again on a trip to do some Wainwrights. I was actually going up Lingmell, and from Lingmell I went to Scafell Pikes, Scafell, Slight Side, and then back down to the car park at Wasdale Head, which is it's probably round there somewhere. But this is up Lingmell, and it's a fairly standard shot, isn't it, looking back over one of these ladder styles. But this just really took me fancy, with slightly subtle with the haze or the mist in the air. Unfortunately the light is not brilliant but dramatic, and we've got the style that I've just come over and looking back to Wasdale. So again, a very typical Lakeland scene. Again, I really like this one. So that's my favourite from August. And then from August we move into September. Now this was a place I'd never been to. It's relatively close to me. It's not, I maybe drove maximum about 5 miles and then a couple of miles walk. This is Force Crag Mine, a disused mine that was, I can't remember exactly what it mined, but it was various minerals. I don't know whether it was lead and that sort of thing. So you can see the old mine building is actually owned by the National Trust now, and this is Force Crag up here. Again, I think I just like it because it, again, in a sense, is a very typical Lakeland scene. Lakeland, although it has much of the natural beauty, has in part been affected by man, and there are very many places in the lakes where there are mines. Very lot of slate mines, but there are other mines like this one for the minerals. And on this particular trip, there is I have got a YouTube video of my trip there, which was the very first YouTube video I put up with the use of the drone that I've got now, the DJI Mini 2. So that was quite good. I mean, this was taken, as you can see, with the Canon EOS 5D, but I did take some pictures with the drone and some video, so I'll put a link to that video in the description. But if you go to my channel, you'll be able to see that video. It's a video of Force Crag Mine. So again, a typical Lakeland scene, and reasonable light. You've got some brighter light here, some slightly subdued light here, and just showing the mine workings here in the greater scene of the Lakeland Fells, etc. So that was my favourite from September. And from September we move in to October. Now I thought I might have picked one of an image from Skye, because I went to Skye in October, but this was actually taken on the 4th, the day after my birthday, and the day before I went to Skye. There'd been quite a lot of rain over the weekend, as you can see, and this is Gill, and so this is Gill Mill, an old water mill. It doesn't actually work, but you can see that the water wheel there. I have been many times, and have posted many pictures on Instagram, but I think this is one of my favourites of the mill. As I say, a favourite place, and one of the better shots I've got with the level of water. It is a very long exposure. As you can see, there's an 6-stop ND filter in there and a polarising filter, and yet at f8 we've got 30 seconds, not a 30th of a second, but 30 seconds, half a minute, which does smooth out the water, but some people might like it, but I do. It just gives this silkiness, this effect of the water that I really like. So as I say, one of my favourite places. It's maybe 5 miles, 6 mile drive, a bit of a walk from home, but it's one of my favourite places, and I will keep coming back to try and get it in different light, in different amounts of water. But this is one of my favourites of this particular mill. So that's October. And then from October we move in to November, and this was actually taken on Remembrance Sunday. What I've done for the last since 2018, on Remembrance Sunday I've come to the memorial service or gathering that's held on Castle Head in the Borrowdale Valley. Now Castle Head is just off the right hand side of the picture, and most times I come to Castle Head, if I come down into this valley, drop down, there is this tree that I just think is really nice, and this is, I think, one of my better shots. I think it's a hawthorn tree, one of my better shots of the tree because of the light. I like it because it's the shape of the tree, apart from this one branch here, fits the shape of the valley, although unfortunately the branches of the tree do creep into those trees there a bit. I could have maybe got the composition slightly better, but it's the first time with the light being able to get a decent seeing Derwent water there, and Skidder there in the background. So again, one of my favourite local shots. This year, with it being COVID, the majority of my pictures have been taken in Lakeland, in the Lake District, and this is one of my favourite places one of my favourite compositions. Yeah, I hope you like it. So there, you've got to get very low. I mean, the camera is on this occasion, it's on a platypod, which is a very low plate with a tripod head on, so it's virtually sat on the ground, and that's to try and get the separation between the sides of the valley and the tree there. So that's November, and from November we finally come to the last one, and that's December. And on the 5th of December, I've seen many pictures of this place, so I decided to go to Cathedral Cave. Now, this is Cathedral Cave. It's a man-made cave. There's old slate mines here. It's owned by the National Trust, and they refer to it as Little Langdale Quarries, and this is part of it. There is, to get into it, you've got to come through. There's a tunnel that will be more or less behind me where I've taken this picture there. I'm not quite sure whether it's possible to climb up there, but if you go around to the left here and down, there is another tunnel that comes out the other side. There you can climb up, and then you can stand there looking in into the cavern, into the cave. There is another entrance that you can get. You can see, I don't know whether you can see up there, there's some light coming in, and you can actually get from the outside through a tunnel to there, again looking into the cave. So it's really spectacular, and I think this was the best of the day. And as I say, it's, as you can imagine, it is a bracketed shot. It's 3 shots blended together, because as you can see, it is quite dark in places, and then the light coming through here is very bright, so it is bracketed to try and get it all in not in focus, or with the right exposure to be able to see details in the dark and details in the bright bits. Yeah, so that's, I just think it's a really nice, with the light on coming through on these ferns here that look really nice, and contrasted to the very darkness of the cave around. So that's my favourite for December, and that sums it up. So, alright, well, thank you for watching the video to the end, if you've got to the end. Now, that was the second 6 of the 12 favourite images from 2012. Actually, not 2012, 2021. If you enjoyed the video, please click the thumbs up. If you're interested in my photography, consider subscribing. And I'll see you on the next video. Thanks very much. Bye.